Hello all, I'm Angela Surya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, SNS College of Technology. Today I'm here to speak about the session called as storytelling in the interviews. Um, Actually, storytelling is an art which should be followed with a specific tone of narrations. Mastering a storytelling is not that easy because we have to make an impactful imagination or creativity while we are telling a story to the people. That is, we have to make sure that the people understand or follow what we are about to narrate them. The people, character, the time, the place are also most important. As literary people, we are well trained to tell a story. But if the people is not in the field of literature, how they can be a masters in telling stories? Through storytelling, what is the purpose of making a student tell stories during interviews? It will enhance their communication skill, or it can showcase their ability in communication skill, and it is a place where they can show their vocabulary and what is the strategies they use in a communication. Are they able to deliver a message as it is? So these are some of the techniques which is followed or analyzed, which is followed during interviews during storytelling times. So it makes the interviewers to understand whether the person is very good in his communication. So here we can see that I'll share some of my knowledge on this. Today we are going to explore about how we have to engage the people by telling a story, and what are the master techniques that we have to use in the narrations. So we don't have an thought of or time to think about this particular topics. We'll be having very few seconds to think about what is the story which I am going to frame now, or what is the part which I'm going to play, or is the story about you and your personal, or it is about your experience. And most of the stories will be like you can tell from your own basics of your own personal life. So it is like when you say a message from your in depth of your personals, it is like it should be an factual one. And also it should be accepted. You can see the expression of the people. They are giving any eye contact or any sort of expressions that it makes the audience is understanding it, or the listener is understanding it. So here even I can say that here two types of communication skill is being developed. One is listening, and other one is speaking. So there should be two vital part players here. One is the listener and one is the speaker. If the speaker is very effective, the automatically the listening will be effective. And how to craft your narration, that is very emotion. First is you have to build a structure for it, from where I have to start the story and from where I have to end the story, and what are the emotional balances which I am going to carry on. What are the crafts which I am going to use in it? What sort of message I am going to give through the memories? What is the purpose of this story? Or is it going to be an funny story, or it is going to be an heartbreaking, or something emotional? We can say it as an emotional story, or is it going to be a moral, or is it going to be just a memorable one? What sort of story you are going to share to the people? So that is very important. And the main purpose of telling a story is you have to engage your audience. That is the first important aspect of being a storyteller. That is, you have to be very unique in your expressions, and you have to make them empathize towards your story. Only then they can follow you, even if the story is for 2 minutes, or even if the story is for 5 minutes, or if it is a complete narration of your own timing. It should be like, you have to make the audience to just look at you. So always see to that we use voice modulations when we tell a story. Only through that we can grab the attention of the people, and you can make the audience be attentive all throughout your storytelling time. So what are the points to be remembered when you tell stories? You have to be an significant role player, focusing on what narration you are going to say, and you have to analyze your audience first. My audience means it can be like age factors. What sort of story can attract the audience is very important. If it is in young age, we have to go with some fantasy stories, or any stories which I can pick their hearts. So I have to be very choosy in that. And if it is in an interview part, I can share some of my experience which is very logical, and something is some stories can be remembering, or some can be as powerful as it is in the interviews. An interview storytelling is a different category, where we have to give so much of importance to that. As I said in the beginning of the video, it is not just in storytelling, it is a part where we are being analyzed for our communication skills, and it is being analyzed for our personality check, and what sort of person we are, and what is the quality we have in our knowledge, or what sort of experience we are being gained, or we are to share to the audience. So these are the main things that they check while you are telling a story. So we cannot take it for granted that storytelling is just a part. We can even remember our school teachers when we begin our schoolings. Even when we are very young, when we are in the growing stage, our grandparents, our mother, our father, or any elderly people, and when we go to school, there will be a teacher to tell us a story, and all the students will be very eager to listen to the stories of the teachers. And so stories that impactful, and can even make a person just remember, or even we can touch some people's heart by our stories. So we have to be very clear in this part of storytelling. So thank you for listening.